Alright, everyone! Welcome. Hello, Crusaders. Hello, everyone else. How are we doing? Welcome. It's another weekend, which means it's time for some more random games and just weird stuff. So good to see you all. Who we got hanging out today? I saw Allium Sympathy first on my list, but I think there might have been a few people before that. Sandy Garnell, yo, sup everyone indeed. John Leonard, howdy. No, you're not the only one who's here just for the cats. They're cutie little patooties on the side there. And see, even pandas decide to flip towards the camera and be beautiful ones. Look at her. Aw, she's a sweetheart, really. She'll try and convince you that she's not, but she is. Who else did I see? Richard, thank you again for the drink and bathroom reminder. Make sure you get that out of the way. And also make sure you grab yourself a bingo card for today, because we're going to be carrying on with some more bingo as well. Who else did I see? Julian H, hello. Finally catching a stream. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Hope you're ready for some weird stuff, because we never know what we're going to get in these streams. I was able to give away 5 more memberships for this month. It's the last 5 that we've got available, so congrats to Spimmers with an M, J Dyer 3999, Egg and Bacon. That's a nice name to be able to snap. Guy Does Things, hey, you got a freebie. Always good to see you, mate. And T Busy as well. Matey8, hello indeed. Again, shout out to Matey8. Thank you for volunteering for supporting the bingo in today's stream. You truly do make things much easier for all of us. Maximum Cheese as well. I Am Definitely Human is also following over on Twitch. Thank you very much for the follow. Maximum Cheese is here. I Am Not Real. W3G, hi indeed. I don't recognize your name, so thank you for stopping by. Hello. Sandy Garnell, sup, popping in live for the first time. Well, you have come along at an excellent time. Alright, I think we are just about ready to kick things off. The only one thing that I have forgotten to do is to post a reminder over on the Discord. By the way, if you're hanging out here and you're not on the Discord, why? What are you doing? Come on. We've got a Discord. It's a cool place. Everyone hangs out. Let's just pop that one in. There we go. And that'll remind people over there that we are now live. And with that, I think that means we're ready to go. Silly Shaman, Graeldon, do you know about Blood on the Clock Tower? I do tangentially know about Blood on the Clock Tower. I have heard of it. I have watched a couple of snippets of it, but I have not played it. It's on their, on the list of games that I want to try out at some point, understanding that it's like a tabletop game more than anything. It's more closely aligned to D&D than it is to a video game. But I also play a bunch of board games when I'm not, tied down to my desk playing the weirdest stuff available on Steam. So yeah, absolutely. Heard of it, haven't played it myself, need to find some friends to play it with at some point. Who else did I see on there? What I miss? Egg and Bacon, you got a sub. Yay! The randomness sometimes works out in your favor. By the way, for those that just got a free membership, please make sure to jump over to the Discord, because that's where you're able to nominate games to play on these streams. The only condition is that the game needs to have 200 or less reviews. But if you're over on the Discord, there's a special members only channel where you can submit games to feature in these streams. So if you got a free membership, take advantage of it. Richard, been hearing so much about Blood on the Clock Tower lately. Might be fun to play it sometime. I do wonder if maybe we could find a group to be able to play with, even in our Discord. We've got enough people. Surely there'll be some interest. Palerite, hello! I've been watching a lot of your videos recently, and I've got to say that as a game developer, they're very interesting and insightful, especially the 100 Pumpkins one. It was heartwarming to see such progress between 2 games. I absolutely agree. That was one of the games that we were lucky enough to stumble upon, where we could play 2 games back to back from the same developer and really see their growth in their skill set. And to me, that was really heartwarming. I think that was a great word for it. It was very motivating, actually, to be able to see the way that they improved and iterated on what was initially still quite a good core concept, but then elevated it right up to the next level.
Definitely human joined the crusade.
Thank you very much for supporting the channel. You are most definitely human, we can all tell. But no, appreciate it. Thank you very, very, very much. So yeah, no, that was one of the few games I was like, that's actually incredible for us to be able to feature it, and that was why I purposely wanted to make sure we combined those two games into a singular video rather than having them as separate ones. I'm curious to see more people taking that approach to Minivanias, but I guess time will tell if ends up gaining popularity or not. All right, Richard as well saying, yes, if you're not on the Discord, you should join us for the next Archipelago. Good shout out for our community. Richard looks after a lot of that kind of stuff. The Archipelago streams, Archipelago events are basically where you take one of your favorite games, scramble up all the stuff inside, and then share it with a bunch of other people. And it gets quite crazy. Super Tony Tiger, yes, the stream will slowly be overrun by cats. I've only got 2. I have no intentions on getting a 3rd one just yet. We will see if that becomes an eventuality, I guess. Good evening to you indeed as well. I am definitely human. Didn't even know you had a Twitch, so that's good to know. To be fair, I didn't have a Twitch for the longest time. I haven't even had it for a year yet. I think when we get about to the middle of this year, we'll have had it for a year. I honestly don't remember when I started it. It was late middle last year.
To the war funds. Night in the Woods.
Oh, yes. Night in the Woods. Thank you, Crow Girl. Night in the Woods is one that I've had a lot of people recommend. I don't think we're going to be able to get it over on our list of games for this stream, though. Unless you want to hang out for a while. We do have... Okay, let me back it up a step. For games to be featured on these streams, they need to have 200 or less reviews. However, because we do this little bingo thing on the side and you can earn points as you go, if you earn enough points, you can spend them to be able to submit whatever game you want to be added to the wheel and therefore have a chance of appearing. It's still a slim chance considering that we have around 260 games on the wheel at the moment, but a slim chance is better than no chance at all. And I think with that out of the way, let us begin, because we've got a ton of games to be playing today, and I'm quite excited about it, because I don't know what we're going to get. So, let's begin by actually deciding what size bingo we're going to be playing. So we're going to kick things off with this one. Let's have a look. Everyone's just double checking their point count there. Less than 200 views, Final Fantasy IX Complete Edition. Did you mean Final Fantasy IX or Final Fantasy 11? Because that one's huge. Okay, perfect. We're going to be starting with a 5x5, which we're already on. So I'm just going to make sure that we, first of all, just delete all cards so that everyone starts fresh. There we go. So make sure you grab your bingo card and play along, because we also do a monthly prize draw based on who's won bingo to get some free Steam gift cards as well. But yeah, Final Fantasy IX I've already played through. Didn't 100% it, but I have already completed it. Yeah, we get the 5x5 quite a lot, but hey, it's a 1 in 3 chance. It'll balance out eventually. Here is our full list of games. I updated it this morning, so we have 265 games on the list. It's kind of nuts, but there's some interesting ones in here. The other thing that people do is if a game has just been announced that it's got a release date, they will camp it. And basically, the moment it releases, they add it to the wheel. So they're like, well, yeah, we know this game's going to be super popular, but it got added to the wheel when it had less than 200 reviews, so it counts. It might have 2,000 now, but it had less than 200 when it was added, so it counts. All right, let's see what we're playing first today. Oh, it could be any genre under the sun. But no, today we are going to be playing first Magical Drop 6. Let us double check who this was submitted by. Magical Drop 6 comes to us from Zonorix. Ooh, they always have some interesting games for us to play. Before we start looking at the Steam page, just going to pause the music there, because we're going to have a trailer to watch and see what is going on. All right. Oh, hang on. Matey8, I hid your bingo list. There you go. You should be able to see it now. My bad. I always forget that I change things between the two different streams we do. We also have the little leaderboard down the bottom there. There we go. So that means you can go ahead and mark off Grail misses something important, because I did. Oh, you did mean 11. You mistyped. No worries. You know what? We don't allow MMOs in the main series for Steam Sequence, but you've raised a good point. We don't have that rule in place for these live streams. So absolutely, if you save up enough points, you could absolutely put an MMO onto the list. The only downside is that it would still only get 30 minutes of playtime before we move along. And that 30 minutes might be spent installing the game. Because I know Final Fantasy XI's reputation for being just impossible to get started with. And you want to know why I know that? Because I've played it. I played it back when it released. I played it before it had any expansions. I played the original Final Fantasy XI. And you know what? You know what? I loved it. So you putting a Final Fantasy XI onto a list, that's not a threat. You can't threaten me with a good time. I freaking love it. Oh, yeah, rip my wallet on this one, absolutely. Oh, dear. Gray, sometimes you look at the latest releases for your suggestions. Also, welcome, Gray, how you doing? Someone snuck Silk Song on. They did. I think that was actually Zonorix that managed to get it on there. We're starting at number 6. Yeah, we can't do these things in chronological order. What do you think? What do you think this stream is? All right, Magical Drop 6. What? You guys can't see this thing up. Are you good down there? Ladies and gentlemen, standard cat. I just heard the noise like in my peripheral. I'm like, what is going on down there? Hi, you good? Hang on a sec. What I can do is, yep, full screen it. I think she started singing. At the best of times. All right, why do I sound like a conspiracy theorist right now? Because I am. All right. Magical Girl, oh, Magical Girl 6. This could be Magical Girl 6, but it's not. It's Magical Drop 6. Follow the story, battle a cast of whimsical characters, set new records, solve puzzles, engage your friends and family in local multiplayer. Ooh, local multiplayer. Or compete against players from around the world through online play. Ooh. If other people have this game, we might actually be able to do that. For now, though, let's watch the trailer and see what we're in for, right? Let's have a peek. It's a 33-second trailer, so go ahead and mark off trailer less than a minute. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of underboob there. Don't know if that's really necessary. They're showing us some cute designs, but not really doing much else with it. It seems very standard fantasy anime. Usually they'll use that as an opportunity to be like, oh, let's show a bit of story or show a bit of gameplay. But that was basically, here's some art. Yeah. Neo, mark off your underboob bingo square. You know what? We could probably add something along those lines. Just like unnecessary sexualization or something like that. Super Tony, data design made the previous titles, right? I actually don't know. These ones... Okay, so actually, let's go through the stats on this. Currently sitting at a mostly positive review. I think for the TAR we need at least very positive, so we don't get that one, but it does have less than 200 reviews. Release date was the 26th of April, 2023, so it did release after 2020. The developer is Highball Games, who did Shadowgate 2. That's not a name I was expecting to see on there. Okay. But also Storm Trident SA, who did Ski Jumping World Cup. Neither of these developers did Magical Drop 1 through 5. So who did? Publisher is Forever Entertainment SA, who looks like they just publish whatever random stuff they're approached with. Versions of Kata. I don't recognize any of these. We Are the Plague? Maybe? Maybe I've heard of that? Prodigy Tactics is, wow, mostly negative, 150 reviews. These guys are doing something wrong here. Something very, very wrong. Violet, I feel like I have heard of. Heard any of these other ones? Sparkle 3, Genesis, Sparkle 0, The Mansion, Ghost Dream, Zombili, Merchants of Caden, Black Jewel, Digger Man, good lord, Mirage of Dragon, 8 Infinity, which is a game actually coming up in Steam Secrets eventually, Rab Lab, Cat on a Diet, The Dweller. There's Magical Drop 6, so they... Who did the other ones? But also, did this company make it their goal to just publish the most generically named games possible? Nothing in there had an interesting name that caught my eye and made me go, oh, I wonder what that's about. That was... Oh, hell, they did Panzer Dragoon Remake. Okay, they've done one game that I have definitely heard of. But, alright, let's have a look. Magical Drop. Who did Magical Drop 1? Doesn't matter. The only Magical Drop games on Steam are 6 and a demo for 5. And it's by completely different developer and publisher. But it just says Magical Drop is back. Not that we know, because they haven't got any of the other ones on here. This is so bizarre. The first release of Ghost Lop was outside the arcades, but this isn't Ghost Lop. This is... What is happening here? Okay, this is by Golgoth Studio, and all they ever did was release a demo for it, which is also, by the way, no longer available on the Steam store. It's been removed, so you can't play this anymore. Publisher was UTV Ignition Entertainment, and there are 0 things... How does that work? There are 0 things here that match the search. So despite the fact they're listed on it, it doesn't link through to it, despite the fact that Golgoth Studio does. So it's not like it doesn't appear because the game's been removed, because it appears when you search through the developer. It just doesn't appear when you search through the publisher. That is... What a bizarre situation. Anyway, that's all an aside. We don't care about Magical Drops 1 through 5. Not really, because we only care about Magical Drop 6. Maybe they're a deleted studio. Well, I thought it maybe would have been removed from the list as the publisher or something like that. I don't know. I don't have enough of knowledge of the inner workings of the Steam platform to understand how that works if a developer decides just to, if a publisher decides to no longer exist on Steam. Does that just result in dead links, or would that actually remove the publisher from the listing on the game? I don't know. Really, really odd. Neo, the series is really old. Got to be at least like 25 years old, because I remember seeing it on forums. Yeah, that was my hunch. Just like 1 through 5 are probably older arcade or older console games that just have not been ported to Steam. All right, let's have a look at what else we can get for our bingo tiles here. Sorry, that was quite a tangent. Price is $43.95. So that's definitely more than $10. Oh boy. Well, looks like we're only playing 1 game for today's stream. I hope you're prepared for 3 hours of Magical Girl Drop 6. Sorry, Magical Drop 6. Acidonia 150 Reborn explained the history of the series, but okay, let me scroll up. Sorry, I missed that. Magical Drop 1 to 4 was 90s arcade game. 5 got delisted on PC years ago and had bugs that didn't always work if you own it with the last update. That's disappointing. But that makes sense as to why the prior games were not on there. Super Tony, this game's actually pretty fun. Bought it cheap once. I mean, if you can get it on sale, this sounds like it might be worth it. Okay. 1 to 4 was Data East. Loads of companies just made a sequel to Data East games now. I don't blame you. Ask for a refund after the stream. I do still, from a moral standpoint, believe that if I feature something on the channel, I'm not going to refund it unless there's a very, very, very good reason. So, unless there's, like racial messaging or something like that hidden in this game, we should be okay. All right, what else do we have for our bingo tiles here? It says it's similar to Castle Crashers and Among Us. I mean, those two games aren't similar to each other in the first place. We're going to say related games are unrelated. Go ahead and mark that one off. It is wishlisted by a friend, but has not been purchased by a friend. It does have multiplayer support, because we've got online PvP. Apparently, it has controller support as well. It supports multiple languages. It is Steam Deck verified. Has more than 10 achievements, so you can mark off has achievements as well. Doesn't look like there's any trading cards, at least not that I can see from here. We have a YouTube linked. We don't have a website linked, but we have got the YouTube, so we'll take that. We have GIFs in the store page. Do we have the word unique anywhere? Yes, we do. 15 standard playable characters and new ones added in regular seasonal DLCs, each with their own unique story and music tracks. Well, there's no DLC listed on the page. What's in the update history? Has it been updated? Did we actually get any of them? We did. The last major update was July 12th, 2024. So a year and a half ago. And that was Season 2 DLC. So they did 2 seasons of DLC. That was all. Season 1 in 2023, and then actually that was November as well, so it was like just over 6 months, 7 months between the DLC. So that means technically it does have DLC and it has been updated. Someone might need to do a little bit of Googling to see if there is a developer website. They've not linked it from the store page. Oh, it's more than 20 achievements? Oh, my bad. Okay. I messed that one up. Yep. Please do not mark off achievements. There's only 14. We need 20 in order for it to count. Good catch, Solu. Love our arbitrary rule for that. We might change that in the future because actually a lot of games tend to have less than 20. Was there anything else that I need to check while I am here? I don't think so. I think we're pretty good. I reckon we can get started. And yes, the trailer was less than a minute. Yep, we got that one. All right. Palerite, hello. What is the chat wins Wordle option in the bingo? You're about to find out because while I'm purchasing this game and getting it installed, you're going over to a holding screen where you could use commands to play bingo. If you manage to win, you get a bingo tile. Good luck. That was the perfect segue, Palerite. You could not have timed that better if you tried. Also, a heads up, you may get a little bit of buffering on the stream while it's attempting to download the game. Steam hogs the data from the streaming software. But this should be a relatively small game. Guess we'll see. Depends on how much music and how many voice lines there are that they've recorded. Oh, Gust, good catch. Found the game is available on console as well. Markov game is on more than one platform. Yes, thank you. It looks like Mediate has already added that to the list. Thank you. Game has just about finished installing. There we go. All right, buffering should resolve in a second then. I'm going to quickly check the file size on the actual PC because the download size was around 800 megabytes. And the install size is also 888 megabytes, so less than a gig. Sorry, don't quite get that one. Yeah, the stream collapses as soon as I try and download a game. I have not been able to figure out a fix for that, not yet. Maybe one day I will use my knowledge to actually figure something out. File size was 888 megabytes. So less than 1 gigabyte. Sorry. Oh, looking good for Team Track. It could be tracked. Yeah. But it was not. Okay. So there are 2 T's in it, which is interesting, but not the first letter. Can't be attracts. There's too many letters in that. Oh, it was chart. Oh no. Oh, no bingo for you. So sorry. Not today. Gust was on the right track, but too late, my friend. Too late. Look, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, we're going to pause the music there. Just a reminder, double check that you are not lagging behind on the stream, because sometimes that happens when it buffers. It makes you not actually live with it anymore. If it's Trace, you'd be upset. Well, good news. It wasn't Trace. Now I'm wondering if I'm behind. No, I'm assuming it's you guys behind a little bit. Yeah, make sure that you're actually press the button to make sure it jumps back up to live, because it seems to be a little bit behind compared to normal. Yeah, it's hit chart like 7 times. Oh, unfortunate. All right, let's have a look. Magical drop 6. Let's dive in and see if there's any goes. Reminder, we're going to put 30 minutes on the clock, after which point you guys get to vote to see if we want to play more or if we're going to move along to something else. All said chart like 10 times. It didn't get it, though. Didn't get it. Hey, Solo, you found the developer website. Nice. Okay. Go ahead and mark it off. Oh, it's the same intro that we just saw in the trailer. Good to know that the developers, you know, when marketing the game went, you know what? I think what our players really want to see that will convince them to buy the game is just the same trailer they already saw. That feels a little lazy. That feels a little lazy, not gonna lie. There we go. Kind of loud. Pop that down just a little. Like, imagine if you went onto the Steam store page for Skyrim, and when you watched the trailer, it was just literally the opening sequence on the cart of Skyrim. Is that a cutscene or is it a montage? Can a cutscene be a montage? If it was a training montage, I would give it. Yeah, I would screw it. We'll give it cutscene. Why not? All right, go ahead, mark it off. Press any button to start. Any button except for the one on the mouse, apparently, because that is not a button. Or enter. Pressing enter also doesn't work. Spacebar does, though. That's concerning. Oh, that's because this does not support mouse controls. At all. I have to control that with a keyboard. So maybe I will use a controller for this one then, if we're going to play like this. I've never ever used the word montage to refer to something in a video game before. I mean, that was a montage. It was just random things in isolation without being tied to any kind of plot or progression. Right. Why is this the settings? Okay, so we start with game settings. Gotcha. Sure, we'll go with that. Separate sound sliders. Okay, good. This is a real game. We've got sound sliders. We have different control settings for if you're playing on the same PC. Network settings, screen settings. It did not detect the correct resolution. There we go. It also... Is this technically a borderless window? It is. It doesn't support full screen. It is borderless full screen. So go ahead and mark that one off as well. Borderless window. Cutscenes don't necessarily progress the story. It's just a scene that cuts in, you watch with no gameplay. Yeah, and that's why I'm giving it. That was my definition when we started talking about it. I was like, you know what? Technically, it is a cutscene because it's a moment of visuals where the player cannot interact. It is a cutscene. Yeah. Strack, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Good to see you, mate. Suppose you could argue it's not a cutscene because it didn't count into gameplay. No gameplay started till it ended. Yeah, you could argue that, but then you'd be arguing against your own bingo card, so I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, yes, technically these are rebindable controls. I believe. Hang on, let me check. Can I... Yes. That looks perfectly rebindable to me. No problems there. Doesn't display the correct controller glyphs, but it is rebindable. Okay. We don't have the ability to see any credits in there, but we do have a tutorial. So I think we will start with that because we need to see if it is any good. So I didn't say I could argue. I would never. Smart move, my friend. Smart move. All right, we'll start the 30 minutes because we're diving into the tutorial. It did not launch in the correct resolution, but it does support the correct one, yes. Use the controller to move the gesture left and right. Okay. Yep. Press X to pull down drops. If you line up 3 or more drops of the same color vertically, they disappear. Ice drops will... Okay, I'm not actually able to interact with this. This is just a text dump. Ice drops will not disappear if you just line them up. Got it? If you line up 3 or more drops of the same color next to them... Okay. Ice drops will change into that color. They all disappear together. Cool. All right. Ice drops will not disappear if you just line them up. Yep, we got that. Match special color drops with 2 or more drops of the same color. Okay, so that little wine glass looking one is technically a green, so you do that, and then it has a special effect. It removed all the ones with the same color. Okay. Use the Y to get a new line of drops ahead of time. Ah, okay, so you can auto-advance new stuff. That's kind of cool. Create chain reactions by matching drops consecutively. Okay, so just make correct matches. Yep, that makes sense. Make a second match before the first one disappears completely. You've succeeded. Don't let the drops reach the bottom of the field. Okay, it's upside down Tetris rules. Got it. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, cool. Just put us right back to the title screen. Don't even just put us back on the menu. Sure. That's fine. But I think from the tutorial, I'm gonna say it. Oh, we got a bingo. We got a bingo. All right. I did not see. Jazzy Caddy called it. Apologies, I did not hear it. Let's go take a look. Where is Jazzy Caddy? There we go. Bring this up. All right, so Jazzy Caddy is calling dialogue box. Yes, because we had that in the tutorial. Wishlisted by Steam friend, less than 200 reviews, controller compatibility, and developer YouTube channel. That is a bingo. Congratulations, Jazzy Caddy. You are now the proud owner of 1 trademarked bingo point. Go ahead and add that to the tracker. Jazzy Caddy with 1 point. And we'll add that to the one on stream as well. Leaderboard. There we go. Well done. I was worried for a moment there that we actually weren't going to get a bingo on this game because it was a little bit odd with the things it was giving us. But we got there in the end. Fantastic. Well done. All right. Go ahead and clear off your bingo cards then, because that is done for this game. But we'll do another round when we get to the next game. All right. What else did I miss there? CSP's bro, what, you have a face. Yes, I am a real person. I did stream for a while just using the Graeldon JPEG rather than my actual, human persona. But we'll see. I have a lot of people who have said, hey, why don't you, turn it into a VTuber avatar? I don't know. Feels like more effort than it's worth, If people want that, I'd be happy to do it, but not for me. Let's have a peek at story mode, shall we? we'll go normal. We don't need easy difficulty. We could do normal. Oh, love that little bit of overlapping music.
Magical Land used to be a lovely place. Of course, there was a competition, but there used to be good sportsmanship and fair play between everyone. But now Magical Land is divided. World used to unite the lands, but her leadership has faltered.
World is a person? Alright, sure, I can roll with that.
Two sides are at a vicious war, and lovers seem to be the only one concerned with the state of the land. Lovers will need the help of World to reunite Magical Land, but World has been so unpredictable lately.
Just gonna get the Knight's costume IRL. I had been thinking about purchasing like a full-on Crusader helmet to wear when live streaming, but I would not be able to see anything. Yeah, it's magical land with magical girls with magical drops, apparently.
Oh, Mr. Piggy, what are we going to do about magical land? Everyone's gone bananas.
Oink.
Well, we could go talk to her, but World is the one who let the land get like this in the first place.
Oink.
I know. What about Justice? She'll help me. World always listened to her over me anyway.
Oink, oink. I'm so glad we have that pig there. That makes such a addition to the story. Oh, we're straight in. Okay. What do I... How do I... Oh, okay. I have to pick things up with that button, move them with that button. Right. Okay. It really didn't explain that part to me properly. Or, you know what? It probably did, and I'm going to get called out on this later for being an utter idiot. Oh, no. Okay, we need to move. This is normal mode? I'm sorry. Okay, you there. That's, oh, baby, a triple. You can move over to there, move you there. That drops down. Beautiful. Love to see it. Move you to there, move you to there. You're in the wrong spot. Let's do that. I actually have to pay attention because despite this being just normal difficulty, they were not pulling any punches. Okay. Should have put that on top of it. That would have been smart. Move you over there, do that. If I move that, then I can put those there and make another match. Come on. I can't get beaten on the first level, right? Wait, what? Why did I lose? She got more matches. I thought it was just if your screen filled up. Well, that was incredibly poorly explained. Okay, sure. Why not? Apparently we still get story progression, though. Silly shame skill issue. I mean, yeah, I think it is. What on earth? That was ridiculous. Palerite, thank you for the follow. Why have you interrupted my training, lovers?
I really need your help, Justice.
Of course a weakling like you needs my help.
Will you listen to me? Magical Land is out of control.
What can we do about it? It's World's fault it got like this. If that's how she wants to do things, then so be it.
She always listens to you. Maybe we convince her to reunite the kingdom again.
Also, I didn't even question the fact that Lovers has a pig that she just rides on. Sure. It reminds me a bit of Panel de Pond / Tetris deck. Yeah, I was getting those vibes as well. In the center of the screen during a match, you can see how many matches you need. Win conditions are either that or having the screen filled. Yeah, I was gonna say, there must be 2 win conditions, and I just was not aware of the second one. Did the tutorial even tell me about that? Like, am I just an idiot and I didn't retain that information? Or did it not explain that? It mentioned how to make matches. It mentioned don't let the screen fill up. It mentioned special power-up things. It mentioned ice ones. Did they actually mention the score thing? Mega Malone? Nope. Okay, yeah, I didn't think so.
Her fat chance! I think she's enjoying the chaos. World loves magical land. I'm sure she's not letting it go to ruins intentionally. Maybe, but I really need to finish my training before I can do anything else. We don't have time for this, Justice. There's no time to train. There's only time for pain. Okay, yes, there is a quota in the middle. All right, evidently I did not even see that last time. So let's just play better, shall we? What else can I do to... Actually, if I leave that there, I can pull them over this side and then match all of them at once. I will just pick those up and put them down again. All right. Looks like last time I was just talking too much. Which, you know, that sounds like the kind of thing I'd do, doesn't it? Wait, can I pick things up multiple times? No. Okay, cool. All right, put you there, put you there. Oh, wow, those ice blocks were such a threat. I just destroyed them instantly. I will say, the music is cutesy. It's very generic fantasy anime-ish music. It's not bad, it's just going to be completely and utterly forgettable. Sound effects are pretty on point though, so can't complain about that. Like, presentation-wise, this game is kind of ticking the boxes. It's cute, it's vibrant, like, there's nothing wrong with the way it's presenting. It's just very surface level. You know what I mean? See what I might do. Can I pick up? Aha, I can pick up all of those and put them there. Do that. There we go. You guys go down into there, and then we do that. You go there. How have they managed to make more matches? How am I still losing? Like, I've got... I had nothing on my screen for the most part. I couldn't match... Oh, I'm a freaking idiot. I'm such an idiot. There's a button to make the lines come down faster. Just... I think this is the most I've ever been upset by my own stupidity. This is a new low. Oh. Wow. I can't tell if I'm just really bad at this game or just the game was incredibly poorly explained. Have I become so used? I failed so badly it kicks me back to the title screen. My gaming career is over. I'm done. There's no coming back from this. My career has been completely upended by magical drop-sticks. Oh, this is going to go down as a moment in history. It's like, all right, this is where we realize that Graeldon knows nothing about how to play games. So used to slot games, can't play good games anymore. I don't even know if this classifies as a good game. It's just incredibly poorly explained. And then has no ramp up of difficulty level. It drops you straight in and expects you to know everything. Holy moly. Oh, man. Oh, that's one way to get my butt handed to me, I guess. All right, let's try that one more time. Wow, it kicks you right. Is it even gonna make me do all of it? Wow, you have to do all of the story again. Holy cow. Okay, that's fine. Skip that. So I didn't even get to save after the first fight, so I would have to repeat everything. Okay. Let's just move all of those over there. That was probably a terrible idea. There we go. Okay, I can do that. I have to remember that I can pick up multiple things because that does actually make a huge difference. Okay. Now we're kind of gaming. Oh, that missed. That's fine. I'll put you there instead.
Okay, that button gives me more lines so I can keep matching things. Okay, you go there. Have some of this. Alright, come on. There's no way I can lose again, right? Surely? You know what? I should not have said that because I absolutely am already losing. What am I doing? Put those things there, put those there. Maybe it's because I'm not playing properly by setting up matches correctly. Like I should be doing bigger combos or something. I don't know. Put those there. Yeah, I'm still getting my ass handed to me despite playing like as best I can. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch this back and see what they're doing differently so I can figure out how to actually win this stupid game. I'm not mad. Oh no, this is bad. Okay, come on. How? How is she still faster? What is she doing differently? I don't understand. This is normal difficulty. Is the quota has to be the number of things you destroy, right? Yes, you can jump from side to side, but I don't need to be like that much faster, do I? Like I'm listening for the sound effects of her making matches on the side. Can't be that much faster. Okay, let's give myself some more stuff and then I can just do that, I guess. Okay, put those down there. If I get rid of those, that's a huge match on that side. Okay. I didn't actually mean to do that. Oh, good lord, what is happening? Like, come on, how many is this going to remove? Not as many as I wanted. Got it. Okay, you there, you over there, you go there to make that match. Maybe it's because I'm not setting up the combos. Yeah, my score's not even anywhere near theirs. Yeah, is the opponent getting a lot more combos? Is that the difference? Yeah, they're down to 14 to get already. Come on, please. Oh, it's 5! I don't think I've ever been so humbled by a game in my life. Okay, I need to check something here. I'm gonna put it on easy because normal is abnormal at best. I want to see just like, does easy suddenly become brain dead? If I get my ass handed to me on easy, I think I might just Alt F4 this stream. And this whimsical circus music is not helping my ego. What on earth? Okay, we're on easy difficulty now. Let's see how much of a difference this makes, shall we? Oh, wow. No, there's just fewer colors. At least to start with. Sure. I can't wait for this to appear in Tinter's editing later. I was like, oh, let's just watch Grail struggle terribly at a game for half an hour. Okay, pull those down further, put those there, just move that out of the way. Okay, that'll make a match there. If I stack that... That's a terrible idea, actually. Come on, please. I can't lose on this difficulty, can I? That would be so embarrassing. I'm just gonna play the best magical drop I've ever played in my life. Oh, it's the most intense game. You've never seen anything like it. Let's just put those there and I can't pick that up. But what am I doing? Okay. I did it. Why do I feel no sense of satisfaction? I feel dead inside. I don't deserve this. Oh, good lord. And you still get the same cutscene. Oh, it's because you have to win like 2 in a row, I think. There's a marker down the bottom of the screen for wins. So it looks like you just have to get X number in a row. Okay, let's pull all this down. And then what we can do is a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There we go. Okay. There. Okay. I mean, I'm already like 30 ahead, so we'll take that as a win. I don't know what the screen flashy effects mean. They've got to do something, right? I do like the little bit of risk reward of like, oh, you can just move things down manually. It means you might get killed if your opponent gives you a bunch of rubbish really quickly, but it's the best way to stack things up. What am I doing? You there, you there, you there, you there, there. That was not what I meant to grab. There's definitely ways of setting up combos that my brain's not even thinking of at the moment. I'm just making matches. It's like if I do that, that'll drop down and that does a thing. Right? You gotta be thinking about these in a way I wouldn't normally consider. Oh, beautiful. I still nearly lost. I want to point that out. I still nearly lost. She was definitely slower, and I think that was the only difference with the AI level. Alright. We did it. I consider myself to be relatively good at games. You would expect a cutesy match 3 style game not to have an insane level of difficulty. Like, this would look like the kind of game that you would give to a small child and be like, oh, it's cutesy, it's match 3 stuff, here you go, play this, it'll be fine. Like, there's nothing too serious about it. This would put them off gaming forever. Because you fail at the first hurdle. Where did you get so good? I lowered the difficulty down, Justice. Please don't tell anyone. Please, Justice, this land needs us. You above anyone else should want to protect this place. I do, but World has a mind of her own lately. She isn't listening to anyone. But I'll try. Really? Justice, you're the best! Yay! Just the regular magical drop. Make chains and clear lots of drops within the time limit. If you can make 40 drops disappear, you'll be fine. But if they reach the bottom, you failed the challenge, so be careful. Why didn't we start with this? Honestly. I feel like we started with the wrong thing. Okay, there. See? Freaking start with this! Oh my god. The games have been around since the 90s and the fans are really committed. The games are not accessible for newcomers. Why? This is the game that should absolutely be accessible for newcomers. See, this is the developers making a fundamental mistake of assuming that they have enough of a core audience to sustain the game. They don't. This game is nowhere near popular enough to warrant that level of difficulty for the fan base that early on. Oh, we're not going to make it accessible for newcomers because everyone that's playing this game already knows how these games work. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. That's how your genre and your game dies, by assuming that you're only making the game for the people that already play it. If there's ever another magical drop game, I will be incredibly surprised, because this feels like a nail in the coffin for it, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that just because I'm mad that it's beating me. I hope World's in a good mood today. What if she doesn't want to reunite the land? Lovers always did have an overly idealistic view of everything.
When World first took control of the kingdom, her whole personality changed. At first she fought for fairness and freedom. Now I'm not so sure what she fights for. But I told lovers I'd talk to her, and I'm not one to go back on my word. So let's match some bright colored balls. Hi, what's up with the extra eye? Is there a plot relevant reason for it? You're just not gonna tell us about? That's cool. Okay, we did get a chain there, so I will take that. Just drop that back on itself, put all those over there. I could have done more. Actually, if I'm smart, I can do this. See, smart moment. Clear lines, there we go. Think about where we're putting things. If I do this, that gets rid of all of them. Look at that, we've almost killed her already. Quick, make more matches of things and stuff. Send more junk their way. That was not what I meant to do, but that's fine. Oh, hello! What? Oh, they suddenly started playing for realsies. Got it. Alright, let's do that. Actually, what I want to do is put you over there, pick you up, put you on that side. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Just die. No one likes you. Talking about the game genre just needs to die. No one likes it. There we go. Tannic, I know you're not paying attention. Yeah, you're right. Are these characters based on tarot cards? I have no idea. I'm not that familiar with them. Wonder how the online community is. I guess, Tony, the first question is there a subreddit for these games? You're as strong as ever, Justice. Anyway, why have you come to visit me? I came to talk to you about Magical Land. Magical Land? What about it? Have you noticed there's no men here? Well, it's sort of gone downhill lately. Downhill? What do you mean? We need a leader. The animations, the artwork are cute. Western stations, I have extremely bad news. The TV tropes page for Magical Drop says Magical Drop 6 is by far the easiest game in the series. No! What did I do to deserve this? I am the leader. Well, you haven't very much acted like one lately. Don't get your ribbon in a knot. How dare you say that? Quit your blabbering. Your mood has been so bad lately. Magical Land is in chaos. I'm tired of your insubordination. I'm running things how I see fit. Okay, well, let's beat you up one more time and see if that changes your mind. Okay. Let's just pick those up and put them down. Okay. There, you there. I think that counted as a chain. It did. Good. That's gonna have to do that. Okay. I'm starting to figure things out. I'm trying to think about how to set up chains of things, but I'm not very good at it, apparently. As I just proved by doing absolutely no chains. But yeah, they're just slower now. Oh, damn. Come on, give me more stuff. Yeah! I did it. Dev doesn't even have a Wikipedia page. Is there a Wikipedia page for the series at least? You're stronger than last time. Maybe I've lost my touch. Look, I won't fight with you anymore, but you need to make a decision. Oh yeah? And what's that? You have to decide to lead this land in a new direction. The path we're on now is only going to lead to more chaos. Lovers and I are behind you 100%, but we will help you rule this land, but now's the time for you to make a decision. Maybe I was seeing this land through rose-colored glasses. You're right, it's time for a change. Should I team up with evil and try to control Magical Land with... Sorry, what? Should I team up with or try... Sorry, I misread that as and. My brain is fried already. Should I team up with evil or try to control Magical Land with good? Evil would make the land easier to control, but it would be more simple to get good on my side. I guess I just have to decide if I want to try to convince Fool or Temperance. Okay, yeah, these are tarot cards for sure.
Jeez. And now we finally have a branching path. However, there is something else that I have noticed. You can't save. There is no save function. Resume options menu. That's... Oh, it's Spaniel. Perfect. Yeah, there is no save function. If I exit to menu, I'm going to regret doing this. Single player. Story. Oh, there is a continue. Okay. So if you lose once, that's it. So you have to get through the entire thing with no failures. You can quit and return back to where you were. Okay, so that's good. There's a few other game modes. There's puzzle mode, which still has 3 difficulties. There's just a match mode, which... What's different over that? Prove yourself in intense matches against a computer. Okay, so that's just a versus computer without the story attached. And survival. Survive for as long as you can. Okay, so that's like normal Tetris mode. There we go. Proper niche indie game with like 3 players. You're absolutely right. All right, that is 30 minutes of that nonsense. Time to vote. Is this worth 30 more minutes, or would you like something else? Over to you. Final thoughts. Oh boy. Other than feeling completely humiliated, I would say there's very few things this game actually does particularly wrong. It's definitely marketed towards people that are already familiar with what this kind of game is, and it's not going to hold your hand in terms of difficulty with getting into it. It's fine for what it is. It's definitely way overpriced. There's just very little in the way of modern accessibility features that have been added into it. It's just here to kick your ass and make you feel bad about it at the same time. Is anyone playing this online? Probably not, to be completely honest. Yeah, you're right, Neo. It makes you feel a certain nostalgia for the game despite having never played it before. Online multiplayer. Join or create a room. Browse game room list. No rooms found. Dead game out of 10. Dead game out of 10. Where did we land on the poll? We have voted to spin the wheel. Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. For my sanity. That was certainly one of the games of all time. But yeah, good to know it is completely and utterly dead. But I do think a little bit of local multiplayer with a friend could be good fun. Just shouting at each other, like in the same way that playing Tetris against each other is fine for about like 3 matches, and then you realize one of the 2 of you just has a level of skill that the other person can't hope to match, and then it just stops being fun. Yeah, it's also really expensive for what it is. All right, back to the wheel. Thank you, Zonorix, for Magical Drop 6. I hope that was everything that you wanted it to be. Let's jump back over and decide what size bingo our next game is going to be played on. It's no Magical Drop 3, but it still is fun. It was an experience. I'm glad I got to play it because I haven't played many games like that before. Ooh, we're doing a 7x7. Okay, let's update this then. So just a reminder that the larger bingos are going to be harder to get, but they are worth more points. The 5x5 bingo was only worth 1 point. If you get the 7x7, let me just check that the free space was done. It was good. If you get the 7x7, that is going to be worth 3 points. So harder, but better payoff for it. And don't forget that you can redeem some of your points. Oops, wrong one. For things like free spaces, which will make a big difference. So for the 7x7, we are going to be playing... Sky, thank you for being here to change the category on Twitch. I do appreciate that. Temp 0. It was submitted by Gust. Oh, Gust has been getting a few games lately. I know they're a fan of rhythm games. So is Temp Zero another one? Has an original soundtrack, so it might be. Temp Zero is a minimalist roguelike which mixes intense action and musical bullet hell. There we go. Fight enemies which attack to the beat, choose perks, defeat the final boss, unlock new weapons, spells, and soundtracks. Interesting. I've never heard of this game before. So let's have a look at the trailer. There we go. Okay. Simple retro art style. Music is a bop. Fast-paced shmup action. This is going to require a lot of concentration, I can tell already. Seems to be a mix of melee and ranged combat styles. Ooh, that fade was nice. Okay. I think I'm picking up what it's putting down. The music is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here, I think. Simplistic art style, totally fine, but it's if the mechanics feel good, that's going to make a difference. Luca MC, yeah, definitely good trailer, 100%. Okay, let's have a look at what we've got for bingo tiles. Mediate, I hope you are ready at the wheel. Mediate cannot admit in which back alley you found it. It was in one of them somewhere. Oh, the luck you were talking about. Yeah. Gus has had a lot of luck lately. But to be fair, I think they'd also been waiting a while for their games to land on the wheel. Logstargo, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. How you doing? Guy does things unrelated, but I got mad because I found a game called Metal Mutation, but I misread the title as Metal Mutilation, and I was expecting the most edgy, sick AF character action thing. It's a sci-fi top-down shooter roguelike. Everything's roguelike these days. We can't get away from it. It's like how back when we first made the move to like the Nintendo 64, everything became a 3D platformer. I think we're at the point now where we've kind of figured out all the genres that could exist. So now we're just going to throw roguelike into everything just to kind of keep people on their toes. Logstar go, watch your stuff for some reason. Missed that you stream it here too. So these streams are slightly different. Quick context for you. Sorry, everyone else has heard this before. These streams are not the games in alphabetical order. These are games submitted by the community. The only catch is that they have 200 or less reviews. So we're playing some really weird niche stuff in the hopes of still finding something interesting and worthy of praise. Some of them are, some of them are not. But for the next game, we're going to play Temp Zero. If it's your first time here, Logstar, make sure to check the description or keep an eye out for the Streamlabs bot. They'll dump it in the chat for you. Grab a bingo card because there's some prizes to be won and it's good fun. All right. So for bingo, we have less than 200 reviews. We have release date after 2020. We have the same developer and publisher, and they have only made one game, which is this one, Temp Zero. The game is less than $10, but we do have DLC and an original soundtrack, and the music slaps, definitely. It says it's similar to Rift of the Necrodancer, while the presentation style is quite different in terms of it being a rhythm-based game. I will say that yes, it is related. It has been wishlisted by a friend and purchased by a friend as well, because Jazzy Caddy's got it, our previous bingo winner. Guy does things. Level design is so hard, so design it around random BS. Current Wild Jam project is guilty of this for unrelated reasons. With the bingo cards reset already, they should have been, yes, because I changed the size. If I miss the button, that's going to be, yeah, it should be fine. It should force you to update it because the bingo size changed. Hydrolytony, sorry, just got here and the board says bingo done, maybe a little stupid. That's all right. I think Mediate's on it and we'll be updating it. I know Mediate is definitely still here in the chat, so give them a minute and they will get there. What else do we have? We have controller support. We also have additional languages supported. It has been updated. We have more than 20 achievements. Thank you, I got it right that time, Zolo Kissin. We have got more than 20 achievements, so we can mark that one off. We have got gifts in the description. Do we have unique anywhere? We do. Compete with other players in a daily leaderboard with unique rewards and many weapons and spells with unique mechanics. So this is doubly unique. Amazing. Saint Phantom, hello! I've spent so long watching your vids that I had to drop by to a stream at this point. I appreciate you stopping by. These streams are good fun and hopefully you'll find it enjoyable as well. I know it was a bit weird seeing the face behind the voice, but you'll also get to still see some weird obscure games. There's definitely a dodge dash. Yeah, we can see it in some of the clips here, so we'll give that. There's a dodge slash dash slash dodge roll. So that's in there. I don't know if we have unusual weapons. We definitely have health. You can mark that one off. We appear to have equipment. We have a dialogue box, so we can mark off all of those. Yeah, I don't think we've got non-standard weapons or unconventional weapons. They seem pretty straightforward. Games on more than one platform. Oh, Hydrolysis, yes, definitely pixel art. Silly Shaman as well, yeah. So dodge slash dash, we've got pixel art. Game is on more than one platform. We don't actually have any socials linked. So people will need to do a little bit of digging to see if there is a YouTube channel or a developer website because they've not linked it. Oh, Pale Right is already on it. One dev has a website, another has a YouTube channel. Perfect. Go ahead and mark off both. And we have had a bunch of updates as well. Interesting. Okay, they've been doing a lot with it. Oh, and I completely forgot. It's very positive. So, because the tile is very / overwhelmingly, so you can go ahead and mark that one off as well. We've got a lot going for us on this one. And the game's on sale, which is another bonus. It turns out the older cat is actually a drop bear. How did you manage to adopt a drop bear, Gray? Those things are regarded as endangered species here in Australia, so the fact you've been able to import one is quite impressive. I assume there might be random generation of some sort. I would assume so, given that it's a roguelike, but it's also linked to music, so I guess we'll see when we get into it. I'm going to get this game purchased. You guys are going to go over to the holding screen for just a minute while I get this downloading. Here's some background music for you. See if you can get this Wordle. You didn't get the first one, but I believe in you. There's a bunch of bright sparks here. At least one of you is going to be able to get the bingo. She just showed up at your garage. She walked a long way from Australia. Cats, man, they're incredible things. It's going to be chart again, guys. Oh, God. That would be hilarious if it was just a daily Wordle. So it was the same one every time. Did we check similar games? Yes, we said the similar games were similar. Because the similar game was Rift of the Necrodancer. Game has finished installing already. You know what would be interesting is if this game also randomly generated its music. File size is definitely less than a gigabyte. 289 megabytes. Luca, difference between lives and health is to be able to die multiple times? Correct. Health is always going to be a depleting quantity. And when it hits 0, you would either die or lose a life. So, two different mechanics. Okay, guesses so far have been Stern, Snap, Sonic, and Might. Surprised you didn't go for Sight to keep the S there, but I guess you're trying different letters. Is there multiplayer? I don't believe so. No, single player only. But it does have controller support, so that's good. Ooh, Cinch... Good guess. So the N has to be in the second last letter. It was Sling. Oh, man. We're getting some tough Wordles today. Unlucky. But good news, we can dive into a game and see if we can find some more stuff for the bingo. No luck on the Wordle tile, though. Ooh, Fmod. Okay. Don't see that. Okay, well, that was an engine logo. All right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Woo! Turn that down a little bit, because that's kind of loud. I know I said it before, but this soundtrack slaps. Hell yes. Okay, okay. Question is going to be, do I want to use a controller or not? We're going to go with it because controller is comfy. But yeah, this is definitely an OST. Ah, I am digging this. Okay. Settings. We have accessibility options because we've got screen shake and aim assist. I love that. Audio. Separate sound sliders. Hell yes. It detected the correct resolution. Do we have borderless? The full screen is borderless. Love that. And we've got VSync, which matters to me. Controller it's rebindable because we can reset key bindings. Oh my god, this game is competent. Jazzy, sorry, I missed that. You have redeemed free space. Yes. What space are you wanting to redeem, Jazzy? Sorry, I must have missed it triggering on there, but I can see it in the chat. Pause you for a sec. What space would you like, Jazzy? Non-standard weapons. All right, go ahead and mark non-standard weapons. Jazzy, are you also calling bingo? I know how we roll on this one. The Wordles are so easy. It's just too many people trying at the same time. That's the fun part, all right. It's not about whether or not you can solve the Wordle. It's whether about the hive mind can solve the Wordle. Sandy Garnell, by the way, what does redeem something mean on bingo? So because Jazzy redeemed free space, you can also go ahead and mark off redeem something. So the moment someone spends points, Aurum, on something, that one gets marked off for everyone as well. All right, yes, and they are redeeming bingo. Let's have a look. Jazzy Catty. Wow, we've got this funky music in the background. Oh, Sandy, you were doing so well. Just missed solo dev. So close. Jazzy Caddy, though, with the big diagonal coming in on the side here, they have pulled non-standard weapons as the free space, soundtrack slaps, original music, less than 200 reviews, controller compatibility, dev YouTube channel, and wishlisted by a Steam friend. Congratulations, that is indeed a bingo, and that is going to be 3 points for you. You're getting the back-to-back bingos today, Jazzy. Holy cow. Not only does that earn you an additional 3 points, that also moves you to the top of the leaderboard. Let me just go ahead and make the change here because you're going from 1 point all the way up to 4. You are dethroning Matey 8 from this spot on the top of the list. Sorry, Matey 8, you've been kicked down a notch. Holy cow. We got the perfect game for this. There were so many tiles that we were able to call. My furry stepmom was having a great time here just marking off everything. Why missed out on the trading cards there? Okay, people just fill it in now for fun. All right, nicely done. Feel free to remove those. We are done with bingo and we can focus on some gameplay now. The good stuff. Silly shame, we had 15 squares filled still no bingo. That's unfortunately the way the cookie crumbles. Luck of the draw with these. Okay, both cats have decided that the floor is more comfortable apparently. He's gonna hang out down there. I'm just gonna quickly open the door for them because they may want to go grab some water and some food. 1 sec. That lovely side profile that everyone wants to see of me. All right, let's jump in. Start game. We'll put 30 minutes on the clock. Wait, hang on. Was there a tutorial that I missed? Hang on, back to menu. Ooh, that's a slick animation. No, there is no tutorial. Cool, let's go. Gus, think we should remove your games from the world to make this fair? It's already fair. It's all random chance. Singularity. Play the music. Okay. Comet. Play the music. I'm guessing those are the songs. Gun, sword, shooting star for a spell, or pinball. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to go... Like, there is no tutorial here. I'm guessing these are going to go down the bottom. Yes. Okay. And then I can put a thing... So I'm going to have right trigger, and left bumper that's going to do something. Let's grab a sword, because that sounds like fun. So... Ooh, and it dashes forward slightly as well. Doesn't... You can hold it down, so that's not going to be tied to the beat. Okay. Oh! The spell affects us. You can aim it, and it even shows where it's going to bounce, so that's pretty neat. And it's got a short cooldown that seems to be affected by the beat. Left bumper is a dash, and presumably that's invulnerability at the same time. Short to beat. Yeah! So your cooldowns are tied to the beat, not by seconds. That's interesting. I really like that as a mechanic. To be able to go, oh, it's not a 5-second cooldown, it's a 5-beat cooldown. I can dig that. Okay, singularity. Okay. Or comet. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's pretty good. All right. Okay, so enemies move on the beat. Also, I have to not dash into them. I have to think about spacing with the weapon. Got it. Interesting. Sword may have been a bad choice as a weapon here. Because you have to get really close. I should think about how that works as well. Actually, how much can that bounce back and forward? Wait a second. Boing! Love how I was like almost dead straight away. Mamamoo, welcome, how you doing? Straight into that. Jeez, I'm doing terribly today. Oh, I like that the music just continues, though. This is a game where it's like, all right, sure, whatever. Doesn't matter if you fail. Just give it another go. Also, now I get a healing item. Thank you, game. Is it because you know I'm doing bad? Boom. Okay, much better. Let's go. So it looks like you have to beat 20 levels in a row to, I guess, finish the song. Okay, the little cannons. They're shooting. That's what they're doing. Gotcha. Ooh. Okay. Spells are strong. Got it. Whoa. And I need to make better use of the dash. I see. Ah, and then you do have additional levels where you can get perks. Alright, alright. Mamu, don't think I'll be able to interact much as you're leaving the movie theater, but I thought it'd be fun to jump in on the stream. What movie are you watching? Hopefully it was a good one. Absolutely exhausted, had a very good day, so it's fine. Good to hear. I love hearing people actually getting out and having social lives and things like that. Health on kills sounds like it's going to be worthwhile because I'm very good at just getting hit. Can I take more perks? No. That would have been nice. Okay. Boom. Ooh. Ah, it's like a boss fight, kind of. Wonder if there will be a full boss fight in this. Whoa. Okay, that is going to take a bit to get used to. Because you can just yeet yourself around the arena like mad. Okay. Story, it's midnight in Finland. Hello, Finland. How you doing? That's still insane to me that we've got people literally all over the world that want to see this kind of content. Get out of here. Ow. Please don't die. Please don't die. Please don't die. I don't want to die just yet. Oh, okay. They did little pulses on the rhythm, which I just immediately went straight into. This would definitely be easier with any other weapon. I think the sword may actually be the hardest one to use. And I dashed instead of using the pinball thing. Okay. Let's try out some different weaponry, because I think that's just not gelling with me. We'll go for the gun, and we'll try the shooting star. And we'll do the other piece of music. So the gun. Yeah, come on. I think it's going to be no comparison. And how does shooting star work? Oh, it's just an extra shot. Gotcha. This music's nice and chill. Oh, so let me know if I need to adjust the sound a little bit. It might be a touch quiet for you guys. So yeah, let's just bump that up a little bit. Just a touch. Okay, so gun, weaker, but, I mean, you can hit things from a distance, and that's always a win. Okay. And we can do... Oh, so it is a ranged attack, but it also teleports. How bizarre. A lot of movement options for a game where I'm not going to be very good at said movement. Ow. Okay, so the little yellow thing that follows us around, if it's there, it lets us know that we have a dash available. Got it. I do like games that can kind of like communicate abilities and UI without relying on things on screen all the time. It's a clever way of doing it. And I appreciate the being nuanced about it. Double dash. Okay, yep. Post dash speed. Okay, I think I need the heal on kill because I'm just getting walloped by everything. But I want to see what more of these perks do. Because a lot of roguelites live or die by how creative their perk system is. So far, this one looks pretty good with things like heal on kill and additional dash abilities. What I always dislike are games like, oh yeah, all these perks, and it's like plus 1% to defense. Cool. Thank you. That's going to completely change the way that I play this game. I'm sure. But I'm also kind of curious to go, well, a lot of the enemies' attacks and things are synchronized to the music. So therefore, when we beat this one and we unlock other songs, we're going to be changing the difficulty based on how fast the music is, right? But I can use right thumbstick to aim a little bit. Okay, that makes things easier than trying to just move all the time. I should be treating this like a proper twin stick shooter. That'll help. You might be wondering, Grail, were you not using the right thumbstick before to aim? And you would be completely correct, because I'm dumb. Okay, the health does come with us. That's cool. Powerful spell, short spell cooldown, or weapon damage. Alright. Oh, this level design is changing. What is... You have to keep moving because those are timed explosions that follow you. Nice way to actually work the level into a mechanic. Very creative. I was worried it was just going to be more enemies. But in fact, the enemy variety has stayed the same, but it's the level itself that's getting more difficult. Okay. Great way to work some stage mechanics into it. This time it's not following the player, it's just segmenting the stage. Alright. I am digging this now. Come on. Move. Boom. Okay, let's keep things rolling. Let's get out of that. Safe spot there. Cool. This is neat. And I don't know how well this is translating to, like, you guys watching, but from a game feel perspective, this is fantastic. You don't necessarily notice the synchronization with the music that much, because it's more of a passive thing than you just feel. A lot of other rhythm games, like, well, you need to perform the actions on the beat, otherwise you are penalized for it. This is the reverse. You can do things whenever you want. Everything happens on the beat, and it just gives things more impact. Alright, what do we got? Dash speed, powerful spell, short spell cooldown. I'm not really using the spell, so let's go for post dash speed. Dash I am using to help just stay alive. I saw that and I did not want to be in it. That's the kill zone. Okay, get out of there. No, thank you. Yeah. See, I made the right choice going for the gun. The sword was what was letting me down last time. Go. Duck our way through, get down to this end, and murder. Uh-oh, all of the things. First time in a while I've been hit. Good thing we've got a heart there. Ooh. I have to say, they've done a great job with the music for this, because it would be such a shame if the game were let down by the music and nothing else. Whew. Oh, that's a bad spot to be. Nice. Love that feeling of being able to scrape through by the skin of your teeth. Oh my god. What was that? We're in for a world of hurt. This is... Oh, we got sniped. Ah, we got a weapon token. What is that? Yeah, it's a lot of little things that go a long way to make it feel like a complete package. Okay, so what is a weapon token? What does that do when it's home? Ah, unlockables. I see. Okay, so additional songs, and it goes from 134 to 154 to 184, which will be the hardest difficulty, 184 BPM. Okay. Well, come on, let's have a look. What is... We've got to see what the hammer does, right? Can I unlock you? I can. Hammer. We will take the hammer, and I think I actually like the pinball more. So it's got a longer range? Doesn't dash forward as much? Yeah, a little bit slower, but presumably hits harder. I think I'll be down for that. Let's go back to Comet. That was a good run. Actually, I think what we'll do, if we end up losing this, there was a different game mode I think that we can check out. So I want to take a look at that and see what else this is doing. Oh, hang on a sec. I need to try something here. No, that's still killing them in one. This feels like it's a spacing thing. If you're too close to the enemy, you don't hit it with its full oomph. I'm too close. Can't tell. Gotcha. Ooh, that is satisfying though. I am a big fan of slow moving but heavy hitting weaponry. Although only to a point. You need a little bit in between. It's like when I play Monster Hunter, my go-to weapon is the hammer. It's relatively fast, but not as fast as some other weapons. I don't need more health. We want damage. But I especially love the hammer just because the stun effect is so good. Great sword, don't mind it. It's okay. But I find it's a little too slow. Like, you need something just in between. Don't know if you guys also play Monster Hunter and what weapon you main. Hang on a sec. Can I use this to block projectiles? Not like that, I can't. Yes! Okay! Oh, that's cool. Have to get the timing just right, but you can get rid of projectiles with it. That's freaking neat. Get out of there. Go away. Nope. Got the dash just at the right time there. Ooh, right as the beat dropped. Heck yes. Let's go for the double dash this time. Yeah, that's pretty good. Can be a lot more consistent with it. Less downtime. No. You're going to be annoying to get with the hammer. Okay. Gotcha. Wait for the attack to go off. Yeah. Feels good. Whoa, move. Don't look at the chat. Bad time to look at chat. Get out of there. And we will bounce. Too far. It's so silly. I love it. I think the spells maybe could use a little bit more work. Ow. As they're a little janky. But I think that adds to the charm of the game, right? It makes it feel like it has personality. Ow. Dumb. Okay, you're all in the wrong spot. Get over there. Ah. Come on. Oh, what? I got hit by you? Yeah, that's more like it. Notice that after you stun an enemy with a hammer, they start landing on a different beat. They do. It kind of offsets them a little bit. Ooh, don't go through that. And it also looks like if you leave them in a different position, they do return to the original after a bit. Ah, I dashed into it. Okay. That's cool that they do reward you with additional power-ups just for trying, though. All right, let's get back to the main menu. I thought there was a daily thing that was on here. Or was it just daily high scores? Trophies. Oh, there's tons of trophies. Rank 1 in the leaderboard. I'm sorry, did that just say kill yourself with the grenade launcher? Good to know there's a grenade launcher. And that you can just murder yourself with it. Okay. Back to origin? Oh, okay, that's origin. Gotcha. Okay. I was like, is that going to reset the game or something? Hope not. Scores. Leaderboard. And Goat 4. Is that 11 minutes or it must be 11 minutes? 11 minutes, 11 seconds. Score 86,000. Dang. I guess I haven't won anything, so I don't go on there. Yeah, I don't get a score because I didn't win. Best was 15 out of 20. Alright, I think we've got enough time for one more run then. Small Cricket, how you doing? Yeah, let's go with the gun again and the pinball. Because then we can shoot and we can proper dash around. We'll go with singularity again. This game is just... It's actually really solid. But I guess the question is going to be, how much replayability does it have, right? It'll probably... Well, it probably would do quite well if there were like new tracks being added to it on a fairly regular basis. To kind of give people reasons to come back to it if you've already completed all of the current songs. I think the one thing that might be letting it down a little bit is a lack of enemy variety. But maybe that comes in other tracks or just in areas that I've not reached yet. So I shouldn't... I can't complain about it too much because I haven't seen everything the game has to offer, right? Chwabam. Aha, I pinball in your general direction. Heck. Hydrolysis, the guinea pigs have decided that it does not matter if I can barely stand, I must clean their poop, so noise stream it is. That's okay. Guinea pigs need to be looked after. we will take the heal on kill. So we're seeing the same perks here. I said before that I was pretty happy with it. I think I would like to see a little bit more variety with some of the perks. Like, give me ones that, you know, I kill an enemy and I temporarily get a shield that absorbs 1 damage instead of just a heal. Or give me one that restores a dash after killing an enemy, or, you know, resets a spell cooldown to encourage using more spells. Boing. Could do things like freeze an enemy on hit, or gives the ability to change weapon mid-run. Could be interesting. There's a few things that they could be doing that they're not. Again, maybe they wanted to keep it simple, and that's fine. We'll go for more weapon damage. Kill things faster, yes please. Yeah, letting players add their own soundtracks in might make a difference. I think I need to have a look at what some of the other spells do, because if there's things like temporarily stop time, that would be freaking awesome. I think it's let down slightly by the fact that the first 2 starting spells are similar to each other, in that they're both movement based, but then you also have a dash, which is movement. Like, okay, movement is important, I get it, but maybe I don't want to play that way. I just walk straight into that one. I think a little bit more audiovisual feedback when you get hit would work well. I know there's already a lot of audiovisual stuff going on, but sometimes I get hit and I don't actually even notice. Come here. I know I'm not very accurate over long distances. It's fine. There we go. Letting players add their own soundtracks. I think that'd be an interesting idea. I still love games like Audio Surf, because that's what they were built around, was using your own soundtrack. But it allowed you to kind of almost have this deeper personal connection with the game, because you're able to put music in that you love. I think the gist I'm getting, though, is a lot of these levels in the gameplay are designed around very specific BPMs. We'll take more health this time. Okay, I got 15 extra health. That's 2 extra hits, so it might make a difference. Especially with what we saw in that last level where I got absolutely annihilated. Those little plus sign ones that can snipe you from a distance are trouble. Okay. I think once they start layering in the area denial mechanics, that's where the game really gets interesting and starts to shine, because it forces you to keep moving. All right. Yeah, I think custom tracks would be awesome to have, but I think you would need a different dedicated game mode for it, because there's so many other little nuances and things that you wouldn't be able to predict. Like, what if the song changes tempo halfway through? Ooh, don't hit that. This is one of the biggest stages I think we've seen. Oh, you're just evil and need to die. Ah. Move. Okay. Get out of here. See you down there. Go away. Quickly now. Gotcha. Okay, oh, we got an achievement for that. We beat room 15. Good job, us. Faster weapon. Okay, we haven't seen that before. Let's do it. I think that... Did that actually... That changed the gun as well. Well, I don't like this. Is this for a boss? Entropy. Awake. Ah, I like boss fights that make you start the boss fight. Oh, ooh, what's this? Okay, he's still moving on the beat as well, which is kind of cool. And he'll go now. Yep. Ooh. All right, all right.
I would love to be able to see a health bar for this guy. Never mind. Oh, it's just a stage. Okay, here's the last, like, 3 stages of the game. That's really cool. I'm glad we got to see this. I need to hide. Not for too long, though. Carry an arm mechanic to keep you on your toesies. Yeah, your shield was for nothing. Haha. I am strong. Fear me. But what are you? You are the personification of beats. Alright. Don't like how much damage I've taken, because there's a lot going on. In fact, he's spawning additional enemies now just to make things even more challenging. Ah, went straight into that. At least I can kill the little guys to get a little bit of health back. Die, 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 die. Yeah, I can slowly heal off of them. Oh, I went straight into it. Come on, don't. Not now. I need to hide here. Oh no, I just dashed. Ah! I fumbled it at the end. Ah! Oh well, we got a spell token and a trophy out of it. Boo! That was cool, and getting so close makes me go, alright, we gotta do it again. So, other spells are Bubble, Orbital Strike, Frog Tongue, Mirror, Blink, and Weapon Swap. It is a spell! Okay! That's pretty neat. Ah. Although Orbital Strike sounds... I gotta see what it does. Orbital Strike, go. I cannot. Is on a cooldown, I think? Or is it just a drone that follows you around and shoots at things? Because that's also... Hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. How do you work? You shoot things? Pressing left trigger doesn't do anything. If I hit him once... Ah! Hit once, and then it's on a cooldown. You can fire off a strike. 3, 2, 1. Bonk! Doesn't do a lot of damage, though. Neat idea. And pairs nicely. Oh, you can hit multiple enemies! Look at that. I can tag 2 enemies and then bonk. And I think if it shows the green diamond... it'll kill them. Aha! That's really freaking neat. Needed more of that earlier in the game. I'm absolutely here for that. See, that's the kind of thing where I'm like, all right, now I will be using the spells. Didn't legalize nuclear bombs, ripped off as you struck a gun vault. Ah, yes, ripped off a very obscure reference. Ooh. Yes, please and thank you, more of this. That's really freaking neat. And it's kind of annoying that that's locked behind a certain amount of gameplay, because if I'd had access to that earlier on, that's the kind of thing that would definitely make me go, yes, I'm sticking with this and playing more of it. Because it's inventive. You need that kind of creativity. Bonk, hit everything. Dead, dead, and... oh, look, from all the way over here, dead. Yeah, I think if you were using the sword, this ability wouldn't be as special. Because the sword just one-hit kills anyway.
but that synergizes really nicely together. Unfortunately, we are out of time. That's very cool. Very cool indeed. All right. Poll is open. Get your votes in. Are we playing more of this or are we moving on to something else? Why are you getting votes in? Final thoughts. Or potentially final thoughts. Solid ideas for the game. Very reasonably priced as well. They've done an excellent job of combining the music with the game mechanics. I think it's being let down by a lack of variety. I think people that see the roguelike tagline probably would like to see a little bit more depth to it in terms of weapons or the way different mechanics synergize together. I think it is unfortunate that the first pairings of weapons and spells don't work as well together as I would like them to. I think the initial selection could be improved upon. Good that they gave one melee weapon and one ranged weapon, but the two spells you get feel very similar, and I feel like they could have done a bit more with it. Maybe if one of them was like a healing spell, or if you kill enough enemies, you can then cast it to replenish some of your health. Give a little bit more longevity. And yeah, I don't think there's enough variety in the perks. Initially, I thought there was, but they're actually very straightforward. It's like, more damage, heal after a kill, have another dash, dash faster, cast spells more. The games that do roguelike mechanics really well get really inventive with the perks that you can get that can stack in some really interesting ways. This isn't quite there. I think it's still solid for what it is, and I have enjoyed playing it. And this is the kind of game that will be on my mind to go back and play a little bit more of later. But yeah, would have liked to have seen it do a little bit more with what it has. All right, so that one was a little more divided, but we did land on spinning the wheel. So spin the wheel we shall. Go back to the main menu and quit out. Thank you, Gus, for the recommendation for Temp Zero. Very cool little game. Glad they got to check it out. That was neat. I like games that are neat. All right, so let's save here. Come on. You can do the thing. Got to update that we've removed that one. Moonlight Kitsune, join the crusade. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Oh, no, wait, that was a gift membership from Minecraft Wiz. Thank you, Minecraft Wiz, for gifting a membership, and congrats to Moonlight Kitsune for receiving it. That's very, very kind of you. What did I miss here? Saint Phantom, I'm not sure what's the roguelike part. The maps or the enemies don't really change. The perks feel a little unnecessary. I think the perks are the roguelike part because it means you can kind of customize your playthrough as you go. But I think the maps were also somewhat randomized. It was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was tailored in such a way that when you hit a certain level, new mechanics were introduced, but I think the individual map layouts were randomized. But you do have the argument of, well, how much of a difference does the layout of the map, like the level, actually matter compared to everything else? All right, next round of bingo is going to be, ooh, we're back on the 7x7. Okay, let us scramble and clear all cards then so we can start fresh. There we go. We still got 200 reviews as the free space in the center. And we are going to be playing, where are we? Games wheel. Let's have a look at what we're playing next, shall we? So we've had a rhythm game. We've had a Tetris style puzzle game, and now we're getting Cyber Volley. Have a look. Cyber Volley was recommended by Neo, who I saw earlier. Literally said in the chat, been a while since one of my games was pulled. What perfect timing. All right, let's have a look. Cyber Volley. Ooh, volleyball has evolved. Not where I thought this was going. Okay. Smash the cyber volleyball onto enemies and bounce it around levels to collect points. This unique platformer is all about combining strategy with fast reflexes to attain high scores. Keep the ball in the air or you might lose. Help Sona to become a superstar. Ah, the art style is kind of basic, But if there's good mechanics here, we could be in for something fun. Minecraft Wizard, are we able to view the wheel like independently? Yeah, Neo just said as well, yeah, in the Discord server, there's a bot that you can use a command and it will give you the full list of games that are currently on the wheel. All right, let's see what we've got. Let's have a look at the trailer, shall we? This is there's a story trailer. It's 1:20. Hi, my name is Sona. I dream of becoming a cyber volley star. Okay, we're gonna bump this back up a little bit. Oh god, what's happening to the resolution? I need that crisp 1080p, please. However, life got in the way. Okay. Lost Papa at the sea, and my mom is very sick. She can't get out of bed. Oh god, that face. To keep us going, I have to work extra hard on jobs that I'm not very good at. Ah, yes, the classic tripping in a restaurant and working on a construction site. Only people selected by a sports center can get to be pro athletes, and that I missed the rest of that. What is that creature? But my luck changed when I found a prize ticket on my cereal box. That lets me take part in the region's cyber volley qualifiers, because that's definitely how they choose new athletes. Now is the time to make it count and show the world my worth. Let's go. Ooh, okay. This is a little rough around the edges. Yeah, it does look like an old school kind of Flash game. It was released November last year. Okay. Okay. You know what? I've seen games with trailers that are more rough than that have turned out to be good. So, I think it was a Digimon. You know what? It might have been. I know nothing about Digimon, so sure, why not? This is now officially a Digimon crossover game. Did the trailer have a typo? Yeah, it did. I'm just double checking the second trailer. The second trailer is 1 minute exactly, but the trailer technically ends at like the 50-ish second mark. So we're going to call that trailer less than a minute. It definitely has less than 200 reviews, only 13, but 100% of them were positive. So this could be a hidden gem. Developer and publisher are the same. They have made more than one game. They've also made Nosy Little Fly, another 2D platformer looking game, released back in 2023. So they've done 2 games. Yeah, 100% are positive. It says there, 100% of the 13 user reviews for this game are positive. You probably can't read that on the stream, but it does say it. So we do have a demo. Also, just checking, Mediate is still here. I'm pretty sure I didn't see a message saying that they had to duck out or anything. We'll just double check my Discord. I'm pretty sure they would have told me if they had to bail. Cool. Game is less than $10, so we don't get that one. It is apparently similar to Celeste and Battle Block Theater. Mediate, you're still here. Fantastic. Thank you, Mediate. You're the best. Are these games similar? You know what? Because it's got Battle Block Theater, I'm actually going to say that, yeah, this game is similar. 2D platformer with kind of like a game show sports aesthetic to it. Yeah, I'll give that. Neo already owns the game, so it's been purchased by a game, but not wishlisted by a... Sorry, purchased by a friend, not wishlisted by a friend. It does have controller support, 3 out of 3 today. No additional languages, no Steam Deck compatibility. We do have a developer website and a developer YouTube linked. Good on them. It has been updated. We have got GIFs in the description. Do we have unique? We do. The ball is physics-based, and your character has tight controls. The clash between the unpredictability of the ball and the precision of the player is what makes every play session unique. Yeah, Battle Block is definitely more similar than Celeste is. It's not pixel graphics, though. We don't get that one. Oh, yeah, it's a unique platform about combining strategy. Okay, yeah, cool. So, yeah, we've definitely got unique in there. What else? yeah, all the reviews are positive. So there could be something here that's going to be interesting to dive into. And yes, has been updated, so we did get that one as well. I think that's all we're going to get on here. So let's go ahead and get this purchased. All right, is third time going to be the charm for Wordle today? Good luck. I hope for your sake it is. Also, this was like a charming game, and I'm absolutely fine paying $7.50 dues for it. Cyber Volley is on it, just different storefront. I agree, not a different platform, Solo Kissin. That one does not count. Although I wouldn't be surprised to see there's like a Switch port for this game or something. Feels like something you'd find in the Nintendo store. You know what I mean? Yeah, Sonic Kissin, you're right. We do have jump. Let me have a look at the screenshots and see if there's anything else we can figure out from it. We have a scoring system, but we don't seem to have health. We can mark off dialogue box because we saw it in the trailer. I'll allow that. Yeah, I don't see health in any of the screenshots here. Jump, absolutely. And you know what? I'll allow you to mark off unconventional weapon as well. Because using volleyball as a core mechanic like that is certainly unique. We got a Satyr. Holy well done. I didn't even see what guesses you had before that. I just glanced over and saw that you managed to nail it. The game has downloaded as well, so we can dive straight into this. We'll see what else we can find in the game itself, shall we? That was a long shot. I mean, you got it. Oh, there we go. We got an engine logo. Okay. Second game today with very upbeat and boppy music. Yeah, it's not a particularly common word. I do like the fact that on the controls, they're just showing the button position rather than specific anything else. All right, well, we've got cutscene. It's straight in. We didn't have any options there, so hopefully we've got someone we get in the game. Only the best of the best can get there, and I practiced the most I could to be good at the sport. Also, my eye is twitching and it really needs to stop. Okay, so this is what we saw in the trailer. This is the second game today that is just reusing the opening cutscene as their trailer. Neo, you do that for game jams all the time. It's easier than trying to adapt what controller people could be using. Yeah, I think it's very clever. I think it's exceedingly clever just to use icons for the button position rather than trying to label it, because it makes it universal rather than having to be controller specific. My luck changed when I found a prize ticket. Went full Willy Wonka, except congrats sports instead of a chocolate factory. However, as long as the host is like Willy Wonka, I think we're going to be fine. Okay, Cyber Volley, let's go. We are straight in, left and right. Jump. That is one hell of a jump. Oh, here we go. We've got some settings. We have separate sound sliders. Very nice. That's all. There's no other settings. Also, I would call that a bug because the controls down the bottom of the screen default to keyboard controls, whereas everything else they showed controller icons. Whoops. Oh no, that's unfortunate. I'm really surprised that there's no other settings here. There's no graphical options, no resolution, not even a full screen button. Actually, let me check that. If we go back to where there's some music, if I click out, can I click out of? Do I have, ooh, hang on. Nope, it's not borderless. Definitely not borderless. What I missed there? Oh, she said cyber volley in the middle there. Yes, that is a title drop. Go ahead and mark off title drop as well. If volleyball doesn't work, she might go for basketball. Yeah, I mean, the skills cross over between the two of them. I'm sure it'll work out just fine. Gray, my obsession with volleyball resurfaced recently in the form of an OC volleyball team. Hell yeah, volleyball's good fun. Honestly, this does make 3 games now that I know use volleyballs as a weapon. 2 of them are RPGs. I'm trying to think, have I played any other games that use volleyballs as a weapon? I mean, no, I was going to say Final Fantasy X. It just uses a ball, but it's a blitz ball. That's different. That's underwater soccer. It's not volleyball. I'm pretty sure I have played one that uses volleyball as a weapon, but I can't pick what it is off the top of my head. Neo clapped when she said, I've truly become a cyber volley. Well, that's when we get to roll the credits. Game created by Leonardo Ciron de Oliveira Leite. And they had a programming consultant and music produced by who knows what. Given that the game was created by a single person and they just had a consultant, I'm gonna say Batboy. Wait, no. That is most definitely not volleyball. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a solo dev. Because technically they were the only person that like actively worked on the game. It looks like they might have sourced the music from elsewhere, given that it was just kind of credited as being produced. And they had a programming consultant. So I think this counts as solo dev. Oh wow, we broke it there. So if you go into the credits and then go out of the credits, the menu disappears. We most definitely have found a bug. All right. Please let me know if there's anything else that we need to be looking for. So far, though, I would say this tutorial is good. Hi, RoboCoach. Welcome to Cyber Volley. Hi, my name is Sona. I'm super excited to be here. Hello, Sona. I am RoboCoach. I will be teaching you the basics. Great. Touch the cyber volleyball to bump it around. Use it to interact with objects and clear each room. Cool. Oh, well, let's go. Whoa. Okay. Bump the ball on your head, hit the targets. Okay. Hit the ball from the ground to the air. Cool. Is the number of times I can hit the ground? Nope. Who knows what that number is? Go get him. That way? I said that way. No. How do I knock you further to the side? If I just want you to go that way, I have to actually bump into it. Okay. On the ground, you can hit the ball over your head or right in front of you. Oh, it shows the little hitboxes there. That's kind of nice. I like that. Too far. Come back. Go that way. Goes further to the side if you're holding sideways. That's great, but there we go. Shaboom. But it means if you're jumping, you can't really... Oh, but you can... Ah! It didn't tell me I can push that button. I just figured that out. God, the rainbow pattern reminds me of Peggle. Yeah, I agree. The game is charming. There is absolutely charm to it. All right, then we want to hit the yellow zone. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that button in the air. Jump and cut the ball. Boom. Oh, we're already a pro. We didn't start the timer. Grail misses something important. Go ahead and mark that one off. Oh yeah, and we have the game suggestion in chat as well. Rue is Card the First. Hello, big fan of your content. Lovely to see you, mate. Thank you for stopping by and check out the stream. All right, we got you. Okay. Number on the ball represents its HP. It's damaged if it hits this floor. Try breaking it. All right. Or we can do a smash. True My Hero Academia style. Smash! Total miss. You know what? It's fine. We got it. The frame rate does seem to be suffering a little bit, which is concerning. Normally you lose when the ball breaks. Okay. Don't let the ball break. Spikes instantly break the ball. Try it. Don't mind if I do. Shwabam. Oh. Yeah. I was expecting more of a pop, but that's fine. That also works. Clear this room to win. Okay, so we have to hit the targets. Over there. You know what? Screw it. There's no danger. Okay, so I can't touch... Well, I don't get hurt by touching enemies. So we do that, and then we have to spike it, I think? Okay. Problem is that always goes to the side. What if I spike from, like, here? That'll do it. And then we hit the button. Hi-ya. Yeah. Score 70. Okay, but the other bar is still at 0 out of 250, so what does that mean? I don't know. Luca, are those Super Mario Galaxy bugs? Even the mark on the back? No. The Mario Galaxy bugs are different. Similar, but different. Hello. Hello, friend. I'm Nyota. Nice to meet you. Hey, I'm Sona. Love your glasses. Thanks. I like the star drawing on your cheek. Yep. Did you know that my name means star in Swahili? That's so cool. But this star on my cheek is a birthmark, not a drawing. Ah, yes. Okay. Anime protagonist moment for sure. I guess we're meant to be friends then. Agreed. Oh, you're going to turn out to be my nemesis, aren't you? Okay. Ooh, the camera movement is a little floaty, which feels a bit odd. I would prefer that to be a bit more locked, but that's just me. A true athlete never stops training, even after becoming the best. Got it, coach. Well, there's no more training to do, so I guess we're the best. Look! A commoner! Wow. Hate you already, Stella, having to be just, you know, the third person with a star-related name. Cool. Or, you know, related to stars. I'm Soda. What's your name? Stella von Volleyball II, Cyber Volley Royalty. I can't believe you didn't know my name. I guess normal people really are ignorant. Stella the Second? Does that mean you came in second place last year?
How dare you! It is my royal name, you buffoon! I don't lose to anyone!
Sorry! I don't think she wants to be friends. Oh, she's gonna become, like, best friend material later, huh? Hang on a second. Did I just do a little bit of coyote time there when I jumped? Ah! You can, for a fraction of a second. You can fall off and still jump a little bit. That's kind of cool. Boing. Alright, well, we need 6 stars to get through there, so I'm guessing we start here. Yeah, Stella's lovely. I'm definitely going to keep doing a deep voice for her because that sounds like fun. Alright. Interesting. You can still scroll the list. That's fine. But now I can't see what I'm selecting because the list isn't scrolling back up again. Come on, there. Oh, yep, there we go. I figured it out. But now I can't scroll down. Hang on. There we go. Oh, that's so weird. So I went down to 3 and now I can't go back up. Just pressing straight up was doing nothing. So I go down. There we go. Adds a little bit dodgy. It's fine though. It's functional, but only just. Vector reminds you of Dust Force with the hub for some reason. I mean, I can kind of see it. It's definitely not without jank. Basics 01. Hi again. Love your little idle animations. I too like to stand and just do partial squats because that's how I intimidate my friends. Like, yes, watch out. I squat in your general direction. I'm flexing on you 24/7. Bring it on. Hi again.
My family has been at the top of the cyber volley world for many generations. I had started even on the olden version of the sport, volleyball.
Your family switched sports and remained on top? That's impressive.
More or less. I mean, we are impressive anyway, but it was not that hard for us top athletes to adapt. Many skills involved in volleyball translate well to cyber volley, footwork, precision bumping ball, timed smashes, and so on. You get it. I don't need to explain it to you.
Your ancestors must have been quite happy to stay popular after cyber volley came along, right?
Not much. The original volleyball was a team sport, and cyber volley is an individual one. My ancestors could play together before, but not after the modernization. Many conflicts arise in the family, and after a lot of fierce sports battles with sports ball, it's settled a few generations before me.
Okay. What about you, Nota?
And did you know that before Cyber Volley, there was a sport just called volleyball? No, we just learned this, Sona. Do you have like 5-second memory loss? No, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know. Yes, it was quite different to the one we know. It was a team sport played in a court divided by a net. There were no AR glasses, digibugs, or modern technology involved. Ah, that's news to me. Hang on. So this is an augmented reality game. Is the ball part of the augmented reality, or is the ball real? Could all be virtual, I guess. Ah. I think I want to try playing it someday. So, let's play it together soon. What do you think? Yes! Yay! I am overly excitable. I'm just happy to be here. Also, the little go marker thing is reminding me of... God, I want to say it was Super Smash Brothers? Or it might have been like more of a Mega Man thing? Alright, don't hit the red spots. Nope. That way, please. And we do a little bump. Nailed it. Alright. I'm trying to remember what it was specifically. There's a series of games that once you clear the screen of enemies, it always does that little go symbol. Alright, you just bounce your way over there for me. Thank you. Oh, there's a button over on that side. Okay, well, we need to... Come on. There we go. Bounce you over. Okay. Woo! Nice. You know, considering this is a sci-fi game, I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if aliens did end up being something that's in here. You know what? That's probably where the plot's going to go. Turns out it's all aliens. Like, this is a big Ender's Game style rug pull, where it turns out that the volleyball we've been playing from the very beginning was actually representing, interstellar space battles, and the bugs are an actual alien race that we've been eliminating by dropping nukes, which are the volleyballs that we smash on top of them. So, yeah, I think that's exactly what's happening here. Oh, okay, Rue's gonna go check out Neo's channels. Neo, I hope you've got some content ready to go for them. If you don't, you better hurry. They're gonna go check out your channel. If you haven't got any content out, they're gonna be very disappointed. All right, back over you go. Nope. Yep. There we go. Boom. Look at my incredible volleyball skills. I'm the freaking best. 1, 2. Back the other way. Too far. Back a bit. That'll do it. Schwabam! Look at that. S-score. Adrelinson, welcome back. What is this, Hitchhiker's Guide? It could be. Why do the fattest pets always act like you are actively starving them every second of the day? Because you made them get used to having tons of food. So once you take it away from them, of course they're gonna be upset about it. Like, you've been overfeeding me for my entire life. How dare you stop? Spoilers for later in the game that you probably won't reach. The AR goes haywire and it starts merging with reality, and I need to stop it through volleyballing harder. That's actually insane, and I love it. That is 100% the direction the plot needs to go in. Hello, what have you got to say?
My mother was the top athlete in her youth. She specialized in forward bumps, as well as ugly bumps, apparently. No, that way that's bumping uglies. Yep, got it. She'd send the ball at top speed forwards and still catch it back before it hit the floor. That's how volleyball works. I'm so proud of her, and I will become as much a star someday.
My mum can't do sports. She is bedridden, but I'm also proud of her. All right, so top tip for anyone that is writing a story for their game. Don't write it directly into the game. Write it into some kind of word processing thing like Microsoft Word or even a Google Doc so that you can spell check it first. And you will catch things like this. It's
really not that hard. But it's a simple mistake that a lot of people miss. I'm assuming this probably wasn't written in English first and it's been translated. So there's going to be potentially some mistakes like this. Small Krieger, thank you for being here. You've got to go. Got some work to do, but it was super cool to see this game. Looks quite fun, though a little janky at places. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hopefully see you again next time. Rue, went to your shop. It's really cool. Might buy something. It's all free stuff that you can get with channel points. I don't have any actual things that you can buy yet. It's no merch. Might look into that at some point in the future, but for now, I don't want to be feeling like I'm just here to sell things to a community. I'm here to play games and have fun with all of you. That's what we're here to do. Julian opened the raw scene files in a text editor and ran a spell check. Perfect. Like, that's the best way to do it. Well, maybe not the best way, but it is a way to do it, and it's better than not doing it at all. Holy cow, Gray, you have 449 Aurum. That's insane. You're going to be able to submit a game soon. All right.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you just made the worst faux pas you could. But also, we're kind of oversharing. It's fine. The forward bump is a very important technique. It sends the ball further horizontally than the upwards bump. Also, if you do it while running, the ball goes even further. Thanks for the tip, friend. All right, what are we doing here? There is a difference between touching the ball in front of you and hitting it over your head. It will go much further if you hit it in front of you, but it will not go as high. This only applies if you are on the floor, so don't jump. Okay, moving targets now. Got it. Oh, there's one. There's two. Oh no! I messed up. I done goofed. Easy does it, little bumps. That should hit. And there we go. Perfect. I'm still good at this game. Ah, that one you have to be quick to save it before it actually hits the bad. We'll go get this one on the left. Gentle, gentle. And shaboom. Come on. Move over. Nailed it. Yeah. Alright. I'm very curious to see how, like, involved they get with... I mean, they're not really puzzles to solve. I guess they're kind of... Why did that go so high? I wasn't jumping. I think it is a little buggy with its hit detection at times. Alright, we're just going that way now. Cool. Over we go. That should have counted as doing damage. That hit the corner. That should have counted. Oh, that was unintentional, but that was also perfect. Go. Somehow I hit that sideways in midair? I don't know. Can't repeat it, so it's kind of neither here nor there. And I was facing the wrong way. Oh, I'll take an A rank. That's fine. And if you hit the forward and upward hitbox at the same time, it applies both, which makes it go really high. Did it on purpose sometimes to get S ranks. Yeah, I was going to say, it feels like I just happened to get both at the same time. Pancake Sparkle, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're playing augmented reality volleyball. Hello, friend. I'm Nyota. Nice to meet you. Oh, it's the same conversation as before? Okay, sure. No worries. We're just going to bypass that. All right. Basics 03. I've been volleyballing all day. I can't wait to get some food. Me too. I'm trying to have a bowl of acai with shrimps right now. That's my favorite dish. Really? Never tasted it. I have no idea what it looks like. Isn't acai sweet? Like, I associate acai with frozen yogurt. Why would you put shrimps in it? That sounds disgusting. Rue, thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day, mate. Thank you for stopping by to check out the stream. But I could really go for strawberry cake right now. That's my favorite food. Strawberry cake? That's not very nutritious, especially for an athlete. But it gives me the energy to go out and jump. And it tastes so good too. Hey, technically it's got fruit in it, so it could be worse.
It's about lunchtime, but where is Bartholomeus? He was supposed to deliver my spicy pizza while nobody was looking.
Spicy pizza? Is that your favorite food?
Where did you come from? No, I don't like spicy pizza. That's a peasant dish. A princess like me has higher standards.
But I heard you saying,
You're mistaken. I will have caviar for lunch. My favorite. Now, please, excuse me. I have to find my butler, Bartholomeus.
they call him Barty for short. You're doing it wrong. Oh god, that voice kills my throat. I really have to stop doing that. Alright, come on. Get down. I should have just let that hit the thing. There we go. Very good. And nope, not diagonal enough. Alright, whatever. Do with that. No, back the other way, please, ball. Sports ball, go in a different direction. Yeah. Oh, come on. I was right there. Alright, yep. Nope. Yep. Nailed it. Hey, you son of a. Okay. Just little tap. Thank you. And then up. That gets that one. And then boom. And we just gotta hit the other button. Come on. Yeah. You know what I'm surprised by? There's no time limit. I thought for sure this would be based on like how quickly you can complete a level. I mean, this is meant to be some kind of competition after all. Oh, come on. Why is this so difficult? Yeah, no. Maybe I need some little taps like that. There we go. Yeah, given this is meant to be like a solo competition, currently their only scoring system is based on how many targets you destroy before your volleyball dies. I would have thought it'd be like, oh, do it as fast as you can. Come on. Go. Up. And there and there. And we just give it a little huh. Nailed it. No, wait, I've missed a button. That's too far. No, still too far. Go back. Oh my god. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay. Yeah, there's no sense of urgency at all. Other than that first hit, just to make sure it doesn't drop onto spikes. Nope. Yeah. Okay, up around here we should be able to get that one. Oh, there we go. We've got the double hit. That gets that and that. Ah, beautiful. Didn't have to do anything else. Okay, good job. You leveled up. Or something. Time limit could have made it better gameplay-wise. I think if they introduced the time limit in later levels, then I think that makes sense. Also, you weren't here before, were you? Break the blocks as fast as you can. The ball will take damage over time and recover when you break a block. Oh, so we have a different game mode. Oh, okay. This is like Breakout, but volleyball. Also, I'm getting double hits on the ball by jumping with it, so that's kind of cool. Ow. This way, please. Alright, I like that they've introduced it as like a mini game. Come on. Yeah, if you time the jumps just right, you can get a double hit, which is kind of cool. And up. Yeah. Absolutely incredible. So that's just a different way to be able to earn some star points, which again, another star-themed thing. I'm sensing something here. All right, bump it up. Bump it loud.
You need to be smart when bouncing the ball on the bumper goo. Pro athletes know exactly where the ball will ricochet to and position themselves accordingly. Unfortunately, a buffoon like you will likely drop the ball in every interaction.
Sometimes I wonder why I try to talk to her. I wonder as well. Did you know that there used to be pollution in the air? Oh, what? technologies utilized fuels and processes that spread toxins in the environment. Is a technology like technology that makes music, like a melody? It's a technology. Thankfully, our technology, our culture, and our sense of responsibility evolved past that. Yeah, we realized that trying to have rhythm-based engineering is kind of dumb. Yeah, I know. I remember this from history class in school. I can't imagine how crazy our society was back then. Yeah, people were crazy for polluting. But now we can assure our and the planet's health. All right, love some environmentally proactive messaging in my games. It's a little on the nose. Just putting it out there. But I'm all for green energy and the rest of it, but we don't need things like that necessarily shoved down our throats. Oh, let's go and worry about this, shall we? All right. Yeah, as far as writing goes, it's okay. The little bits of narrative are serving to get the job done. Okay, I gotta be careful with that. That's gonna be annoying. How about we just do this? We'll get the button first, and then we can worry about that. Oh, that gets that one. Over you go. Come on. And up. Yeah, nailed it. Technology that makes music is typically called a MIDI or a synthesizer. Thank you, Solo Kissin. But imagine if you were driving your car and the... Whoa, okay. Engine was like just making incredible beats. I mean, it probably does. Has anyone tried to make music from a car engine before? Gotta be someone who's tried. Gentle there. Go this way. Oh, that's just freaking rude. Could have done that better, but that's fine. I also don't need to. And go. Aha! I predicted that one. But only just. Button. No. I need to go the other way, please. Huh. There. Another A rank. We'll take that. By the way, would you say chat has made the game funnier? Not yet. Let me just something else. I don't think I missed anything. It's foreshadowing for a prequel that is a rhythm game. Yeah, and they use a mechanical ball made out of lead because it was the only resource available at the time. So you had to wear a lot more armor when you were playing back in the day. Bounce it some more. Hell yeah.
Growing up, I won each and every challenge presented to me. I defeated all the other kids who tried to best me. They were so jealous. I will make all my efforts become a world title very soon.
Also, we've had a music change, which is nice. It's about time. Look at that sexy sax in the background. Oh, Stella, do you mean that? You had no friends growing up? That's so sad.
Hey, I didn't say that, but who needs friends anyway? That is none of your business.
You can call me if you ever feel lonely, okay?
Yeah, a champion only needs the company of their trophies. I think.
I figured not. It's been pretty standard, but I had to ask your opinion, of course. You're the Overlord or whatever. You're damn right I'm the Overlord. You're all here to do my bidding. I mean, not really. I wouldn't even know how to utilize you for any kind of good if I wanted to. They've indeed played music with car engines before. They do it in F1 sometimes with anthems. That's kind of cool. That's not quite what I meant, because I'm assuming you're meaning like they're using the pitch of the music in the anthem. I was meaning more like the, what was I meaning? I was thinking more like the rhythm of the engine and like it actually plays a tune as it rotates through. But that would be incredibly difficult given like the RPMs that cars go at.
But I have heard about things they've done in different countries with strips on the side of the road that if you drive over them at the correct speed, they sound like a song, which is pretty darn cool. Minecraft Wiz, Grail, do you play D&D? I have played in a D&D campaign once, but I was brought in partway through the campaign to help out with another character's motives. So I was only in it for a couple of months, just to help wrap up some storylines, and that was the end of it. Unfortunately, I don't have time for a full D&D campaign as much as I would like to, but I am a fan of D&D. I watch a lot of Dimension 20. Great show. You imply you have a plan to use this for bad, though? Moving on. The writing isn't particularly deep or anything, but I do like the dynamic of Sona's airheaded good girl vibes, just completely brushing off Stella's taunts. I think you need someone with that kind of personality to play the role of a main character in a light-hearted game like this. Alright, if you smash the ball on the bumper group, it may bounce up even higher. This can help you get targets high up. Thank you for the tip. I have also been completely neglecting the smash ability, so I should probably pay more attention to that, but there we go. I didn't even need it. Oh, okay. Get up there. No. Come on. Up. One more. Yeah, nailed it. I wonder if I smash into... No. Okay. Well, I've lost control of everything. Don't hit that. I said, oh, oi. Yeah, okay. Yeah, good. Good. Yeah. Did the music just reset? Does it not loop correctly? That's disappointing. Like, the music's decent. It's not bad. But, oh man, it does always annoy me when it doesn't loop correctly. I feel like if you're choosing music for a game, if you find a track that you like but it doesn't loop, that's unfortunate. Pick a different track. Especially if your player is going to be listening to it for minutes on end. Oh, that was beautiful. I'd love to say I did that 100% intentionally. But I would be lying. Oh, all right. That works for me. There we go. And, well, done. Ta-da! I love how the continue and retry buttons were kind of stuck off screen just for a minute there. Hey. I think we've got time for one more level. We can just squeak it in. Smash the buttons. What you got to say? Jump and press the action button to smash the ball. Smash the ball into buttons to activate them. If the button is on the ceiling, you must smash the ball on the floor to make it bounce upwards. But it doesn't work if you hit the red, damaging floor. Got it? Whoa! Oh, that's wrong voice. Wow, I've never been on the Sky Gardens before. This place is so beautiful. Ah! I said something that I skipped by accident. Usually only royalty and top athletes come to such majestic places, but for some reason they decided to open it for the youth qualifiers this time. Be sure not to ruin the garden, peasant. I better enjoy the view by myself then. I am a little uncomfortable in such heights. I'm sorry to hear that, friend. But anyway, here's a tip for this course. Red buttons need to be smashed to activate. Jump and press the attack button for full effect. Thanks, Noita. Take a deep breath. Hope you feel better. Because, yeah, there's really not much else you can do when it comes to heights. Alright, so that one requires a smash to activate. That's fine. We'll go and get these ones first. Do-do-do. And then we can... Nope. Smash! I missed. Come back this way. One more. Smash. There we go. Alright, that fountain's pretty. I'm glad that they're kind of like shaking up the backgrounds a little bit. I was worried it was going to get a little repetitive. But no, they've actually managed to keep it visually interesting. It's a good job. Little punt. Missed the smash. There we go. Get that. Yeah. Boy, get back. Okay. I know we are out of time, but we'll finish wrapping up this level and then we'll wrap up things for today. So with that being up there, smash it like that. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I will say I was put off by the visual kind of style and presentation of the game initially, but mechanically the game is solid. I really can't fault it.
Oh no! Ball, come back! What did I ever do to deserve this?
Missed. I do love the Peggle style trail though, that's very fun. Hey, okay. Now just don't mess this up. I messed it up. Come on! Nope. Alright, I'm bad at angles apparently. Hey, that got it. Beautiful. I would say considering the art is kind of basic, they've managed to work a lot of character and expressions into like the designs. Like they feel not necessarily like, but they portray emotions really well. They're expressive is the word that I was looking for. All right, that is going to wrap things up. We're going to do one last poll for today, and this will just be to decide if we're playing more of this in the next stream or if we're moving on to a new game at the start of the next stream. I think my final thoughts on Cyber Volley. Yeah, let me pull this up on here. I would say that this is a game that is let down by its presentation, but has fantastic mechanics. It's one of those games that I think it would have thrived more with more budget. Unfortunately, that's the reality. But not every game has the budget. So I feel like they've done a great job with the resources that they had available, and the devs deserve praise for that. They've come up with an inventive setting for the game. They've been able to realize that even within their artistic constraints. But more importantly, they have worked in some fun and satisfying gameplay mechanics into it. I'd like to have a little bit more control over the ball, or a little bit more of that linkage of volleyball mechanics into it with like the 1-2-3 setup as like almost a combo system. But with the different kits you've got available to give it momentum in different directions, combined with the smash that we've just found is now like necessary for toggling certain switches and things, I think they've done a good job of working those mechanics into it from a gameplay perspective. So I can see why this game has been reviewed positively, but I can also see why it's not been as successful as it could be, because from a visual standpoint, you can't underestimate how important visuals are for a gamer. When they click into a store page, they're going to be looking at the presentation to determine, is this worth my time or not? And unfortunately, the trailer that we saw doesn't do a good job of showing off the gameplay mechanics, and I think they made a misstep there. The trailer we saw is about the narrative. I don't think the focus of this game should be the narrative. The narrative is secondary to the mechanics, because the mechanics are where the fun is. The story is just what ties together set pieces. It doesn't really pull the player along. What pulls me along is going, what are they going to do next in terms of the level design and the puzzle elements and the way the mechanics are utilized? So it's unfortunate, because I think there is definitely an audience out there that would love a game like this. I think they just marketed the game wrong. They put the wrong thing forward. Also, I love that if you hold down and slight diagonal, the character will vibrate left and right rapidly. So that's neat. So I'm glad I got to see the game, because I think there's some really neat ideas here. It's fun, it's cute, and it's got some solid ideas. It's just a shame that it has not been able to get the traction that it deserves. But that's the reality of, you know, when there's 100 games released on Steam every single day, not every game has time to be able to be in the spotlight. And this is the kind of game that probably would have been very well received 10 to 15 years ago, when there were fewer games being released and it was closer to like the Flash game generation. These days, it's hard to get a foothold, which is a shame. It is a shame. And I hope it doesn't put the devs off making more games in the future because they're clearly talented. All right, on that note, that is going to wrap up the stream for today. So thank you very much, everyone, for hanging out. We'll be back again tomorrow for more live streams. We'll be carrying on with In Stars and Time, because we're doing a full playthrough of that game. So hopefully I will see you tomorrow. If not, hopefully I will see you again in the same time slot next week. Shout out again to Matey8 for helping look after the bingo in today's stream. Thank you so much. And shout out as well to Sky, who's been in the background updating the Twitch stream category. You're a legend. And congratulations again to everyone that won bingo today. So with that said, thank you very much, everyone, for being here and hanging out. It's always a pleasure. And I will see you again soon. So until then, take care.